Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Can't put this off any longer. Time to face my destiny. Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Kingdom Hearts 2. In the last episode, we ran into Axel once again after finding ourselves little more than a ghost in Twilight Town, and were directed to the old mansion to uncover the truth about what is really going on. In doing so, we discover that Roxas is a former member of Axel's organization, a nobody, and that we've been used as little more than a pawn by the mysterious Diz. We ultimately made our way to the mansion's basement, where we had one last confrontation with Axel in an awesome but painfully short fight. This time, we're heading into that final doorway over there to see what Diz's machinations for Roxas were all for. However, before I do move on through that door, I want to just take a minute to point out a few behind-the-scenes changes. To keep it brief, you may have noticed that I sound a little different. This is because the mic I've been using since day one for this channel has finally given out, so I had to make a replacement. Along with that, I swapped out the noise gate of my mic after some technical difficulties for an expander. For those not familiar with the technical terms of audio recording, you can basically think of the expander like a closing automatic door versus the noise gate functioning more like a manual door being slammed shut. I've also done a bit of DIY to my controller to cut down on the joystick noise that had been heard throughout the previous episodes, so hopefully this should lead to a smoother audio experience. Lastly, before we move on, this is the first episode I'm recording after the series has gone live on YouTube. I typically like to have the first 9 episodes recorded before a series goes live, but my hands were tied this time. I have been having trouble finding time to record. I'll try to make it so that this doesn't affect episode releases, but I can't make any guarantees, so if I do need to take a break just to catch back up, I will let you guys know either here on YouTube in community posts or on my Blue Sky. Anyway, let's move through that door.
Donald. Goofy?
Oh yeah, here in the mansion's corridor, we see Donald and Goofy in sleeping pods. Donald is sleeping inside. Goofy is sleeping inside. Been curious where they've all been, but now we know. Which means this final doorway must lead to Sora. Let's go.
At last, the Keyblade's chosen one.
Who are you talking to? Me? Or Sora?
To half of Sora, of course. You reside in darkness. What I need is someone who can move about the realm of light and destroy Organization 13.
Why? Who are you?
I am a servant of the world. And if I'm a servant, then you should consider yourself a tool at best.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing!
My apologies. This is only a data-based projection. Come, over here.
I hate you so much.
You should share some of that hatred with Sora. He's far too nice for his own good.
No! My heart belongs to me! Sora. You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over. Sora! Who's there?
Sora, wake up!
Donald! Goofy!
Whoa! That was some nap.
You mean we were asleep?
I guess we must have been, or I don't think we'd be so drowsy. When do you think we went to sleep?
Let's see. We defeated Ansem,
Yep.
restored peace to the world, found Kairi. Oh yeah, and then we went to look for Riku. I think that's right so far.
Then what? What does your journal say, Jiminy? Gee, there's only one sentence. Thank nominee. I wonder who that is. What do you say we find out where we are?
So yeah, now we finally have control of Sora, Donald, and Goofy. We don't have to worry about which positions they're in, at least for Donald and Goofy, as it doesn't really matter. However, now a bunch of things have changed about the party menu. First things first, we can notice that Donald and Goofy are one level above Sora. I believe that they will always be one level above Sora, or nearly that way, as I think Donald can technically be the same level as Sora for a little bit, depending on how much experience you get. But you will also notice that Sora's stats are the same as Roxas's, but that's not all. Sora has every item that he ever had, armor, accessory, and the Kingdom Key, obviously, because the Kingdom Key is Sora's default weapon. He also has every ability that Roxas had. So we're pretty much not losing out on anything from having given up Roxas to take control of Sora, outside of the 2 Keyblades that we wielded in our fight with Axel, but that's besides the point. We also see that Donald and Goofy, well, come with their own items and well, that's it for right now. They do have their weapons, but no armor or accessories to speak of. We'll have to get them something. Although, I think I do have... Yeah, I do have the elven bandana, so we'll just give that to Donald because he's typically the squishier of the two. But they also have their own abilities. Donald Thunder, which will basically be Donald's version of Thunder, and Donald Cure, which, honestly, him having Thunder right out the gate is what I was saying about... Well, I had mentioned it back in Kingdom Hearts 1, how he uses Thunder to wake Goofy up, but then doesn't have it, which didn't make sense, so I guess they took criticism from that and decided to give him Thunder. And how we can change their AI has also been affected. We can move each individual ability that he has equipped, or our party members have equipped, so that they use them as frequently as we want. I'm going to stick with Well Balanced for Donald Thunder and keep Donald Cure free because we want him to be more of a healer. And then Goofy, he only has one action ability. You can only do the AI customization with action abilities in this game, which I suppose makes it a bit more complex, but it's okay. Anyway, Goofy Bash, which is just him throwing his shield from afar, which is not what you would think from a bash move, but whatever. But we'll have that be well balanced too. Anyway, there are a few other changes. We also have all the money that Roxas left, so that's good. And the last major change from taking control of Sora, Donald, and Goofy is Jiminy's Journal, which is far more extensive than it was in Kingdom Hearts 1, as it now has categories between characters, story, album, treasures, maps, and character links. Treasures is particularly important because now we can see how many chests each world will have as we visit them. As we can see here, Twilight Town will have 15, at least for right now. And maps, there are at least 2 maps that we already have because we had them as Roxas. Not sure why the chests that Roxas opened up in his Twilight Town didn't get counted for this, but whatever, I guess Twilight Town has quite a few treasures. Anyway, let's exit out of this. You can now view the status of party members from the main menu. All Roxas' abilities and money have been passed on to Sora. Jiminy's Journal contains hints of what to do next and past events. So yeah, after 3.5 hours, we are finally done with the tutorial. We are finally back in the familiar giant shoes of Sora. So before we get a move on, I figure it's time for another announcement. You might have noticed in the past 3 episodes of this series that I didn't have a question of the episode segment. This is because I've decided to sort of scale the segment back just for this project, as this is going to be a long series, and if I asked a question every episode, I'd probably run out of topics before we even got halfway through. I'm not sure how long this is going to be, but I can tell that it's going to be at least as long as Kingdom Hearts was. Anyway, I'm going to try to do just every other week for the question of the day, or question of the episode segment going forward, or adjust as I need to. As for today's question, what do you guys think of Kingdom Hearts 2's tutorial compared to Kingdom Hearts' tutorial? In my opinion, I'll get to the good right out of the way. I do enjoy the slow burn mystery and realization of who and what Roxas is, as it is striking. However, in my opinion, I feel that coming off of Kingdom Hearts' rather brisk tutorial of the dive to the heart and 2 days on Destiny Islands, Roxas' last week of summer vacation maybe drags on just a bit too much. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of differences between the 2 games and they need to be addressed while also introducing how Kingdom Hearts 2 functions by comparison, but I feel like some of it could have been a bit more streamlined. Probably most notably with the cutscenes, especially the ones featuring Diz and Ansem, or maybe trimming down a few of the scenes that had no dialogue whatsoever. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? as for right now, we can see despite Donald and Goofy being added to our party, they aren't shown in any particular corner like they were previously. Actually, they won't be in the corner because we have the map now, and they're walking around like NPCs and we can talk to them. Don't go back to the mansion, you may fall asleep again. Besides, we should check out what kind of place this is. I'm excited. That is about the response I'd expect. What do you have to say, Donald? You were asleep for so long. You still may be kind of dazed, Sora. Don't worry. If you forget what you have to do, just check Jiminy's journal. We'll want to keep an eye out for areas like this where our party members are technically with us, but are walking around like NPCs, as these areas will serve a rather great function, especially for here in the PS2 version, for a feature that we don't have access to yet. And while we do have our goal to leave the mansion, we want to quickly turn around and go back because there are 2 chests here in this location, and if we try and leave, we won't be able to get them for very long, and they're not all that great later on. So grab that mithril shard over there, and then our second chest over here by the outer wall is a potion for us. Alright, so now that we've taken care of that, let's leave.
You know, I think I've been to this town.
What's it called?
Guess I must have imagined it.
What do you want?
Nothing. Just wondering what was back here.
Now you know. This is our spot.
What?
You're new around here, right? I'm Pence.
Hayner, nice to meet you. But we got stuff to do, so catch you later.
My name's Olette. Hey, did you finish up the summer homework yet? Independent studies are the worst, huh?
Homework?
Hey, what are your names?
Oh, sorry. We're Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Hey there.
Sora, Donald, Goofy, we just met someone who was looking for you.
He sure seemed in a hurry. He had a black coat on, so I couldn't see his face. But he had these big round ears.
Where'd you see him?
At the station.
The station, thanks.
Well, you'd better get back to that assignment.
Later.
Oh boy, the kid's trying to find us.
Yeah, let's get to the station.
And thus, the drinking game of Kingdom Hearts 2 was born. Seriously, do not take a shot every time you hear this game say Sora, Donald, and Goofy, or some variation thereof. You will probably pass out plastered long before you get even halfway through this game. Anyway, we know that the king is waiting for us up near the train station of Central Station, but before we commit to any more story progress, we might as well take a look around Twilight Town and see what is different now that we're no longer in a simulation. So let's start things off by heading to the Sandlot.
Hey, you. Where'd you come from? You here to pick a fight with us or something?
Fight? We're not here to fight.
Yeah, you big palooka.
Okay, smart Alex. Time to teach you how to behave in my town. Bring it.
Man, what a jerk.
One moment! If you're gonna fight, why not make it a proper struggle?
What?
You see, Seipher, I'm a really big fan.
What? What do you want?
In other words, I want to see more of your super cool moves. You handled the tournament with real style, and you absolutely dominated the title match. But I just can't get enough. Don't you see? The matches are far too short. And what's your name?
Sora.
Sora, if you want to fight a match, you just say the word.
And I suppose that was expected from Seipher. If we actually talk to him, whether brawling or struggling, I'm not going to lose to the likes of you. Why don't you come back 10 years from now? You have overplaced confidence, Seipher. Talking to the hero of the Keyblade. Anyway, if we talk to this guy, you're willing to fight? Great. First, I'd like to test your ability, but I don't have any opponents for you. You'll have to wait. Meanwhile, practice. So I don't see why you bothered saying about that we could just come to you if we want to fight, but whatever. I guess we can't take care of it right now, and we can't challenge Seipher like we could as Roxas, so let's leave to the tram common. Because now it is time to go collect chests around this world. So starting off, we have this one right here. That'll get us a high potion. Then over here by this track bend, we have another one. This will give us a potion. And now we can return to the woods through here. Even though our gang doesn't want to go back to the mansion, we can explore the woods. And we can see Vivi here. What do you have to say? Seipher's real strong, you know? Did I sound tough? Did I? Tough like rye, you know? Okay, that's a little weird. Anyway, we have a chest over here with another potion. Then over here, in the top right corner of the woods, is a high potion. And then over here, we have a mithril shard. Definitely want to grab those as we need all the synthesis materials we can get now that we can actually access them. Anyway, back to the tram common. And we're going to take a right following the tram track around to this area where we completed the Bumblebuster minigame when we were Roxas. And we're going to take out the bees real quick. Not sure what bees are doing with money, but whatever. Just quickly snatch up the money and then get up here. Because over by these stairs right here is another chest. This one has a tent. And then we're going to parkour a little. And to jump, because we did see that chest over there, and this is the main one you want if you're not going for all the chests. Because if we jump over here, we get an AP boost. We saw these items back in the original Kingdom Hearts. It is basically a permanent stat buff, in this case to AP, and I would recommend using any of these sorts of boosts that you get on Sora, as you are in control of Sora, so his survivability is your priority, since unlike Donald and Goofy or any other party members we get, he will not survive. Well, he can't get back up if he gets taken out, at least most of the time. And he gets more abilities than Donald, Goofy, or any other party member as well, so it only makes sense. So let's use an AP boost on Sora to get one more AP. Anyway, now we want to go back across these green roofs and go over this way to this chest. Getting us a mithril shard. And another chest is over here. That will get us another mithril shard. Which we should be at 11 out of 15 chests now, so there should only be one more over here. Yep. Containing one last potion, and if we check the journal, we now only have 3 chests left to grab, so we're on track. Anyway, that covers pretty much everything we can do in the tram common for right now. But before we move on, we might as well take a look at the shops, since we couldn't really do much with them when we were in control of Roxas. If we check out the candy shop, we see that it has been closed down, but a synthesis workshop is coming soon. So we'll want to keep that in mind. Then we have the accessory shop over here and the armor shop over here. I didn't really explain this one as I should have back when we first got accessories and armor, but accessories from Kingdom Hearts 1 have been broken down into just that, accessories and armor. None of them will increase HP or MP anymore. Those are stats increases of the past for accessories and armor, or just accessories. However, accessories will increase strength, AP, or magic, as that is a new stat for Kingdom Hearts 2. While armor will focus on defense and elemental resistances, blizzard, fire, thunder, and dark. This armor shop here actually has a new piece of armor for us. The Shadow Anklet is basically the same as the Elven Bandana, but it also has 20% darkness resistance, which could be good, but I don't really feel the need to spend the extra money for that. And then the accessory shop, which wasn't really open while we were playing as Roxas, now is, but it only has ability rings, which are fairly cheap and can be helpful. I mean, we have one on Sora right now, but I don't really feel the need to go buy them, so let's go up to Station Heights. We were able to visit the item shop as Roxas, but they don't have anything new, just the same potions and tents. What has changed, though, is that the weapon shop is finally available. Wallace's weapon shop, and they have a new staff and a new shield for Donald and Goofy, respectively. I'm going to buy one of each because they're fairly cheap, and they are slightly better than the Mage's Staff and Knight Shield that Donald and Goofy are currently carrying. However, I won't change them out just yet. I feel like we need to see how we can do with our base equipment. And it's not like Sora has a Keyblade that he can equip to change with them. Anyway, with that said, I have done everything there is to do in town for the time being. Next time, we're going to be heading up to Central Station to see if we can meet up with the King. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.